is 7:01 on the 9th of October. We have a quorum here of the Finance Committee, so we're going to go ahead and get started. This evening, we are simply going to review the recommendations for the Fall Town Meeting warrant that Amber so kindly drafted up and sent over to us earlier today, and discuss if there are any to discuss, and just agree amongst them. For the first, for me looking through it, I only have...
Well, before you do that, you need to list the names of everybody who's here because we're doing this.
We're remote. You're absolutely right. Apologies. Okay, so present today are Mark Haddad, Greg Marr, Skip Currier, Dan Kusher, Heather McHugh, and myself, Victoria Duckworth. We are all present. Just a couple members absent. Thank you, Greg. I will be relying on your parliamentary experience for some time. We also have Amber, William, and now Mary. Thank you so much for joining us as well.
It also looks like Angelina might be an attendee.
You should promote her to panelist. You should promote her to panelist.
I shall do that right now. Okay, Angelina is now a panelist as well. Perfect. Okay, if anyone else shows up as an attendee, I'll promote them as well. We'll keep an eye on the attendee list. I'll start here. I only had comments or a comment on one of the article recommendations, and that was Article 17. Is everyone all right starting with that article, or does anyone have any comments about any of the previous articles?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I have ones about other ones, but I don't know if you want to take them in order or just take that one first.
I'd like to take them in order. It feels good to do it numerically, because I also think that one might take the longest. So please, if you have other comments, please start.
My first one is on Article 4. My thought was, it says to install utility lines to their facility for a generator and a restroom. And I just thought it would be useful to say as required by state law, so people know why they're putting in a generator and a restroom. It's not just because they'd like to, but they're actually required to. Or I'm not sure state law or building codes or whatever, whichever thing it is that requires it.
State, yeah.
I'm fine with adding that.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Accurate.
Article 5, I thought adding a sentence at the end, this covers the portion not covered by our insurance. Don't know if that's mentioned in there otherwise, but be good to point out that there is insurance coverage for this, and this is specifically for the stuff we weren't able to get covered.
Do we want to state the full amount of what the insurance coverage was?
I don't think they covered any of the roof, did they?
No, they covered all the interior stuff.
Right.
If we know the full amount of the project, that would be useful in there.
Yeah, I agree.
Is the 550 just for the roof? Because I know we also have to pay for the outside of the building as well, too, don't we?
It's the entire the outside part, the roof.
Right, so
It covers the roof and the exterior from the exterior.
it does. It's not just, so if it's not just the roof, it's not just the roof.
To replace the failed roof and repair water damage caused by the failed roof, something to that effect.
Yeah, it's failed roof and exterior.
Exterior repairs because the insurance covered 100% of the interior after the deductible.
Yeah, I would add something like that.
I agree with that.
Yep. For ACE, Article 6.
Hey, I'm sorry. Is this bring your cat night to the Finance Committee meeting between Dan and Victoria? Anybody else have a cat with them?
Yes, my cat is right next to me.
Okay, there we go.
Mine's in the car with me.
Can't see her.
Oh,
we all have our cat. She's being so annoying.
It's just funny to watch. I'm sorry, I had a comment on that. Sorry, Greg, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's okay. On number 6, the only thought was maybe clarifying that you can have residential units on the upper floors on existing ones, but I'm not really sure how to fix that. So that one's probably okay.
I think if you start adding that, it'll get a little confusing. I think that explanation is pretty good.
Yeah, I as I was trying to figure out how to word my brief note, I realized, yeah, that's just going to make it too confusing. I have Article 10. I would just add a comment that these are the final plots of land around Silver Lake.
Oh,
That's a good point. They made
Yep.
that point the other night.
I agree.
And that's all I have until 17.
Okay, so this does make me think of one other thing. We did mention, which one was it? It was for the Boy Scouts, the CPC for the Heston bridges. We did specifically
12.
thank you. Did specifically mention that Koopmans was going to be providing materials at a discount. Do we want to add that in, or is that too much detail?
Too much detail.
Yeah, I didn't want to stick something on there that's, yeah, they're going to give them a discount, but you have no idea how much and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
I
Fair.
wouldn't do that.
Okay, totally fair.
So are we on Article 17?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I disagree with the first sentences. The Finance Committee does not support the passage because we were 4-4.
Okay.
So we have to say the Finance Committee was unable to take a position on
Yes.
Article 17, I think is what we need to say there. And then I think the rest of the stuff is pretty good.
I even copied exactly what I wrote down on the piece of paper that I read.
Say that
We
again?
were all loopy.
I said that I read off what I had on the piece of paper and everybody liked it.
I must not have been paying attention, Skip, and I apologize if that's
Well,
the case.
So
So we were
technic-
4-4. If we had 9 people here tonight, we're missing 2. I would have recommended that we, try to take a position on it. But since
So, Mark,
we didn't
let me
take a
make this
position,
let me make this point with you. You could not make the motion. It would have to be one of the 4 people that voted against it.
Anybody could ask
we can't do anything because we don't have a position.
Oh,
I want that to say the Finance Committee was unable to take a position
I mean,
because we did not say we don't support the article.
Right.
4 of us wanted to support it, 4 of us didn't.
I mean, we
Let's
could
not
just say
show
that.
not
We could-
support.
Right.
In
But
the
because it didn't pass, we don't support the article.
I disagree with that. 4-4 does not mean we didn't support it or
So
not
The
support it.
way the rules are that govern us, that's the way it's considered.
So in the past, when things have been a very close vote, we've put the vote count in the recommendation.
That's a good point.
We also we don't not support things. We either recommend passage or oppose passage. So this is kind of an unprecedented situation as far as any of us can remember. So like I would propose that we say that the Finance Committee voted in favor of supporting and for opposing passage, and therefore did not come to a recommendation. And
But I
this-
like the rest of I agree
Right.
with that 100%, Dan, but I like the rest of what Skip wrote. We
I
do want
agree.
to see a comprehensive thing, but I think we need to be careful to say that it was 4-4.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
so
I-
just
yeah,
put the-
just like what Dan said, I think you say
Yep.
4 approved, 4 didn't, therefore we're locked. So, but we did, but then we did discuss it and blah,
So
blah, blah.
just changing it that the Finance Committee has no recommendation as they tied in their vote, period. It says all of that stuff, but it doesn't go into 4 against and stuff like that. Trying to make it as short and sweet as possible.
So the finance committee tied and was unable to make a formal recommendation. However,
Yeah,
Right.
and then the rest of what Skip wrote. I'm comfortable with that.
yeah, I agree.
The only part I might take a little is the prioritizing our town-wide sidewalk needs must be completed prior to any action. That might be a little bit too strong.
Why don't we change must to should, Greg?
Yeah,
I
that's
agree
kind of
with
where
you.
I was going. But
I'm with you.
I'm glad you had the same thought as I did.
Yep, I'm with you.
Reasonable to me.
And we're praying that Amber has this all down and we'll be able to write the right recommendation.
And Amber, I'm sure you can watch this back, but I also took some quick and dirty notes, and I'm happy to email those over to you as well, because I do know you are in transit. Any other comments or addenda to any of the 18 recommendations that we have in front of us?
No, I'd make a motion that we approve the recommendations as amended this evening.
Second.
All right, we have a motion to approve the recommendations as amended this evening in a second. Do I have any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll take a vote by roll call. Mark?
Yes.
Greg?
Aye.
Heather?
Aye.
Skip?
Aye.
Dan?
Aye.
Angelina?
Hi.
And I say aye as well. That motion passes unanimously. All right. Thanks all. Heather, I'll get these notes over to you, and we can.
Amber.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Amber.
I was reading Heather, and I meant Amber. I will get my notes over to you. And
Victoria, before we end, I was trying to set up a logistics meeting to prep for town meeting.
Yeah.
I don't know what everyone's availability is for October 17th. It's a Thursday.
I can do that.
You can take a minute to check your calendars, and I'll send out an email, but I just wanted to give you a heads up that that's the date that Dawn and I are looking at.
Is that going to be on
Looks good for
Zoom,
me.
Amber?
Yep, I'll be on Zoom. It'll probably be, 10 minutes. And 7 o'clock.
Very nice.
Skip approved. Awesome. All right, thanks all. We are adjourned. Have a wonderful evening.